map tool up, so if you manage to connect, let me know. If you have issues connecting, let me know. I
Yeah.
will ping at Seika more.
So when I go to LAN, then I don't find the server.
Okay. So if we go File, Connect to Server,
Yeah,
LAN, Local Servers Barb. Okay. Is it present in the rptools.net
it
server
is
list?
visible through rptools.net.
Okay.
Wait, give me a second and look at the matchy. Oh, can I copy your IP address?
Hey, that would be cool too.
Then I remembered that LAN didn't work from when we were playing Age of Empires 2 back in the days over Hamachi, and you need to connect over the IP4 address. At least that's how
Nice.
it worked.
So we have successfully made the database connection. Now we just need to find out where Seika is. Even it's like equal odds of her being in art mode, in VR world, asleep, or hospital.
Oh, I hope it's not the hospital.
It shouldn't be. She's gotten most of what she had resolved. Eating polygons is not a helpful status, Seika. Seika.
Oh.
We need to wake her up. Chat. We're live now. Chat, chat. People show up in chat and chant Seika so that we can wake her up. Like it's some sort of magic spell that actually works. It doesn't. That's not gonna do anything. If she's asleep, she's not gonna notice. Uh,
Well, we can try.
Seika, Seika, rah rah rah, get in here. The funniest thing was if she, would be if she just said no in chat. No, I think she probably fell asleep and then hasn't woken up yet. Turns out the disabled homebound artist doesn't have a consistent sleeping schedule.
I'm not really surprised.
Well, fortunately, we have two prologues to do and then the bring together, so we can do the first. So, what I'm wanting to have set up here, because this is a longer campaign that plays against a shitty status quo with, a tumultuous time of change, I want to establish that status quo. And I don't have tokens because Seika is drawing the tokens. And also, little ping tubers for us. So when we do the campaign proper, I'll have an extra whole bar on the stream, and there'll be some work you'll have to do on your end. I'll send you a tutorial offline, and it'll have your character talk when you talk.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
because drawing all that. So,
very cool.
and
And
then
also lots of work, I suppose.
um, for the For the most part, it's 2 images per person. A quiet image and then a talky image, and then there's a little bounce. Um, an idea I proposed to Seika for her, because she doesn't talk a whole lot and tends to kind of focus on other things, is to make her character's off image be a GIF that's like wearing headphones and moving around. And when she talks, she just or is like scribbling on an art pad, and then when she talks, she looks up. Because that's Seika core.
Ah, I see.
Uh, so we need to set up your character. Well, first we just should review, make sure that you don't have any other questions or things you need. You got your equipment sorted. You get a name.
I just came up with a name.
Hey, a name.
Because 10 minutes ago, I sat down, looked if I can get my notes into a shape that resembles a character sheet or something. Looked at the name part and went, oh, right, those are necessary.
Yay. I'm trying to see where my connected people list is. They moved it. See if I can change your name. Connections, Primo. No, I can just boot or whisper you. Well, that's annoying. We can't
Can
do
I
anything.
change my name? Probably not.
I can't. We can't really do that until we get a token in there to impersonate.
Yeah.
Well, I have some default elements, so I can throw a default token in.
Ah, nice.
How about? So what's the name? How
Crori.
do I spell that?
Krori.
Grari. PC. Basic stat sheet. We're not doing stats here. I have put a Crari in the town square for you to impersonate so that chat shows up there. I'm gonna see if I can increase chat size. Make chat bigger so people can see it on stream. There we go. Now you can impersonate, and if you need to roll dice, it should show everything for the character.
How
Right
do I
click.
do that impersonation?
Right click the
Right.
token, click impersonate.
I think I need some permissions to do that.
They've moved everything around. Type PC ownership. There it is. Primo, you own it.
Ha! I can move it around.
Yay. You can move it around. You can look at the lovely seam on the map that I just realized I fucked up.
Yeah, I was about to ask whether this map was stitched together.
The worst thing is, I stitched these maps together like a decade ago. I don't have the original files.
Oh no!
No. Well, you can now impersonate, roll, etc. We have Crari. Not the actual image at this point, although I do love that it looks like a wanted poster.
Yeah.
Also, you should probably post in the group chat the method that you used to join so that Seika has it.
Yeah. Oh.
Such excitement. We start like we start like late, and then we don't even have everyone here. We're professionals. That's what we are.
Yes. Let me just dig up my professional D&D certificate.
Reminds me of the gal. There's a gal I follow on Tumblr who's like, "Oh, well, how did I get my current job? Well, I got really into D&D a couple decades ago, and I saw a course called Training for Dungeon Masters, and it was only a little bit outside of town, so I went, yeah, I'll go, and it was not for D&D. But I stuck it out, and then I was able to get paid professionally to supervise BDSM dungeons. And then one day, while she was supervising a BDSM dungeon during some break, she was chatting with a woman who was like chained up so that she could get whipped. And she's like, "Oh, you'd be really good as a librarian." And she's like, "You know what? I really would be." And now she's a librarian.
Nice.
And I will always, forevermore, think of that when I hear the D&D certification.
I see.
What's really annoying is building 2 on the map is actually a kind of important big one. Oh well. I can fix it. I can fix it. I can fix it.
Hooray!
And hard part, coloring it in with a mouse. I don't have the dexterity I did when I was a teenager. I can't do this as well anymore. Good enough. There we go. Now building 2 exists properly.
It's vaguely house colored. That's enough.
Yeah.
And thinking back to all of the roofs that I'm seeing, since those red-orange shingles are fairly popular in my neck of the woods, there's a lot where you can distinctly see where they needed to patch up the roof, because we have some very bright new ones and some incredibly faded ones.
And the great thing about this map is... Oh, in your neighborhood. Like IRL. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yes,
I was thinking you were
exactly.
talking on that map, and I'm like, oh, that's a clever detail. No, the roofs on these maps are not all appropriate because they are all kind of that flat Tunisian style. But
Oh, right. I remember the image.
yeah, the image would kind of be a picture of basically this little area right here by the square, because like we're going from shoreline here, where it is a rocky drop to the shore. This is not a smooth shore. To 50 feet here over the course of 500 feet. That's a pretty solid incline. Every foot you go, you rise 10 feet. If every meter you walked, you went a meter higher up. Or every 10 meters you
That's
went, like,
pretty
you go
steep.
a meter higher up. So yeah, you're going, so like if you go a meter back, you go 10 meters back, that's a meter up. That's like, I don't know, that's like a 9-degree angle? 10-degree angle? That's a pretty solid incline.
Possibly. Yeah. They always sound very small until you have to walk them.
Yeah. I'm raising my arm 9 degrees, and I'm like, yeah, no, that would be unpleasant to put my wheelchair up. In fact, that's about the angle of the road near the game shop where I need my girlfriend to push me up the hill because it's too steep for me to wheel. And then I'm like, do not touch my wheelchair when we're going down, because when we're going down, I have to like push against the wheelchair with my feet and grip the sides to keep it from just going out of control downhill.
Oh, that sounds awful.
And then the sidewalk isn't very properly well maintained. Because like
Oh well.
that entire block is abandoned row homes.
Oh.
I love Baltimore. The block north of it isn't abandoned yet, but gosh darn it, it very nearly did, because that was where the fire was.
Oh.
Learned we
The
have...
three main things that I know about the town. They had some railroads because we've played that railroad game. You live there, and they had the guys who make props for a lot of movies.
They still are a pretty large sugar. There is a pretty large sugar factory. It used to be the biggest. Used to be the biggest export port in the U.S. until trade opened with China, and that moved over to California. Still one of the biggest coal export ports, which is an ongoing ecological issue in South Baltimore, because the company that owns all the coal stuff doesn't put up walls, so the wind blows through and will blow coal dust all over South Baltimore. And
That sounds unhealthy.
yeah, so people are mad about that. Then we used to have the highest murder rate in the country, but that rate has dropped like to a minuscule fraction of where it used to be over the last couple years, because instead of having a bunch of racists in charge who kind of made sure that all the white parts of town got good city services and fucked the black parts of town, in a city where about 60% of the population's black, we got a mayor who went, I wonder why we have all this crime. Why doesn't anyone go talk to the people doing the crime and see why? And it's like, yeah, no one has jobs, no one has services. And he's like, well, let's get some services out there. And it took like 4 years for everything to run through. And then the murder rate practically dropped to nothing overnight. And there's like conspiracy theories. My mother tells me conspiracy theories that she sees on Fox News that they just stopped prosecuting murderers. I was like, no, they addressed the underlying material causes of the crime waves, and then the crime stopped.
It's almost as if people had reasons to do things.
Yeah, it's like crime. There is no mythical criminal who is horribly rotten to the soul and such. There's just people doing the best they can in their circumstances, and if you fix shit, it gets better.
I'm pretty sure there are criminals that are just completely rotten to the soul, but those usually have way more money.
Yeah. Yay! Seika's awake! Hooray! We've bullshitted long enough for Seika to be like, oh, I'm here.
Perfect.
That's the... I'm going to do my politics rant today because I didn't do it yesterday because we had a short 14 stream because Hawk had to leave early. Have you been reading? Is this news in Europe as much as it is here about the people who just kind of shrugged and started leaking the Epstein files when the government was pulling their feet?
I have not been following the news. News? Close enough.
Basically, every major journalist and politician in the U.S. is caught trading information about organizing times for them to fuck teenagers on Epstein's private isle. After he was convicted of, like, doing statutory rape, but before he went to prison for sex trafficking. Like, all of them. Like...
Oh.
Like, the New York Times knew all of this information and was like, oh yeah, don't worry, we're not going to publish that. And apparently Epstein's like, you should publish it on Trump, though. He's the worst guy I've ever seen. He shouldn't be president. Do you know why he hated Trump? Are you ready for a doozy?
This is going to be some absolutely stupid petty reason, isn't it?
Trump was willing to give Bill Clinton a blowjob.
Okay.
The current president of the United States has, at a previous point of time, given oral sex to the previous president of the United States, whose wife he beat in the election.
Oh, now I understand that one meme that crossed my path on the internet with a photo with two presidents on there, and I just looked and shrugged because I did not have the information.
I'm liking the illusion of choice. There's you know the illusion of choice meme that people do, where it's like the cow's looking at the two passages and then they combine into one further down.
Yes.
The edited one right now is just like Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, 2016 election, and then the back hallway it says someone who's given oral sex to Bill Clinton.
Well.
As I said to my girlfriend, homophobia is never funny, except for when it's really, really, really fucking funny. My country is hell. I hate it. Seika, get in here. Save Primo for me ranting about Donald Trump giving head to Bill Clinton.
The weird thing is, who the hell would accept that? Apparently Bill Clinton, but if I'm looking at Donald Trump and...
Well, apparently it was like early in the 90s, so you have to look back at like a picture of Donald Trump when he was in Home Alone 2. Which
yeah, that was my
I
question.
still
Wasn't
wouldn't.
that the hope?
I still wouldn't.
Yeah, let me Google that for a moment.
Did you ever imagine your Sunday was going to be about being in a voice chat with a transsexual laughing about presidential blowjobs?
No. My current dreams are different kind of weird. Yeah, but no, I don't think I'd...
No, yeah.
Like...
no. About zombies.
Zombies! That is a much better thing to get a blowjob from than Donald Trump. And better to give a blowjob to than Bill Clinton. Good morning, Seika.
Oh.
Good hello.
Damn, I had one party last night.
You had one party?
I sure had a party last night.
Did you drink?
No, I can't drink.
So you just stayed up real late and partied.
Yeah.
That's me on Friday night when pre-release. Yay. Made a lovely yeah.
Pre-release is talking about magic, isn't it? Alright.
It's where you go to your local game shop and you give them like $20 and they give you a pre-packaged pre-release pack with a number of packs in it, and you build a deck with only those packs from the new set. And then you play with like everyone else in a little tournament. And I got to lose a whole lot. I made a very fun sacrifice deck that had a Ba Sing Se theme. And it did lots of cool, fun... Yeah, the new set is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Because that's the universe we live in.
Yes, the Fortnitification of all of our media.
What's really funny is when Wizards of the Coast started doing Universe Beyond, they made a comic making fun of the people who did the Slippery Slope argument. And the Slippery Slope argument comic had people playing Standard with, like, Teenage Mutant Turtles and Spider-Man.
I know that Spider-Man is...
Spider-Man is in Standard right now. Spider-Man was the last standard set, and in February they're going to have a Teenage Mutant Turtles standard set. So
Maybe,
the haha, this would never happen comic has happened.
maybe it was silly to call it a slippery slope because I feel it's more of a shoot.
Yeah. So, and then we got Star Trek later next year.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. It's so stupid. Everyone thinks it's stupid, but it's understandable why it's happening when you understand that 95% of Hasbro's profits the last couple years came from Magic the Gathering. And the other
That's terrifying
and then
in some way.
and then like they'd have like a 70% loss rate if they cut Wizards of the Coast. So like D&D ate up. So like D&D was like 30 or 40% of the revenue. Magic the Gathering was like half the revenue. And then they lost money on everything else that they do, all their board games, all their toys, all their media properties. So of course they're fucking milking Magic the Gathering for every penny they can. Anyway, we got Seika awake. Seika is not connected. We should babysit Seika getting connected.
I'm already connected.
Oh hey! You just connected! Woohoo.
Whoa!
Making me look like a bitch. I should give you a token. It's going to be a temporary default token because I sincerely doubt you've finished the art that we were discussing like at 10 o'clock last night.
Yeah, we discussed it, and then I was in bed.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm going to give you a little elf. What's your character's name? Because I realized we didn't discuss that until yet, so put you on a stop on the spot.
I don't know, hold on. My brain's still booting. It's going through setup.
I tell you, you need to switch over to Linux. Grub is a much faster bootloader.
Oh, my drawing software doesn't work.
You can run you can run your art software in a virtual machine.
But then
On your
I'll
brain.
just always have a virtual machine open.
Always have a virtual machine running in your brain.
Yeah.
That's what it's like to be autistic. Because you have to create the virtual machine to communicate with neurotypical people. So no one can see this, but the wind is blowing really fast southbound along the street outside my apartment, and there's a number of trees all along the way that are about height of my apartment window. So every time the wind gusts, there's just like a wall of leaves outside my window.
Huh. That's pretty cool image. When I look out of my window, it's just empty. More houses, all of the leaves on the ground, no wind.
That's how my existence fails.
Like a wall of leaves.
Like a plastic bag blowing through the wind.
A wall of leaves getting blown down. I mean, I actually kind of feel bad because lots of homeless people who like to sleep on that side of my building. It's like, I hope they can get shelter and they're not getting buried by all the leaves.
Maybe the leaves are helping them keeping warm?
Hopefully. The leaves are Cassie, I figure, just got back from outside considering the scent of weed. It's not that bad. I'm just teasing. I was like, oh no, she left. I was going to ask her if the leaves are just a problem on the higher story or if they're a problem on the street level too. She left. I'm like, ha, you smell like weed. She's like, goodbye. The strain that she got last time that she went to the shop was really powerful and made me gag, so I've been giving her a hard time the last several days. Oh, she brought back a scented
Nice.
candle. Now we get to burn down the apartment by bringing the scented candle into the room full of desks and paperwork.
Maybe try to do some fire safety around the candle.
The German is saying that you need to do more fire safety around the candle. You know what? I'm going to take the little sexy cat tail that's hanging precariously over the candle and put it on my desk so it doesn't fall in. Because I was picturing the cattail falling, catching fire, carrying the fire up to the pile of paperwork, and igniting the desk. And that's where my estrogen lives.
Oh, that should not burn down.
I am alive.
You're alive. What's your character's name
Yeah.
so I can make tokens so you can...
Shiun.
How do I spell it?
Like that. I totally didn't grab a name from this old fucking wuxia light novel I wrote when I was 14.
That would have been pretty dope, though.
It was what I did.
Perfect. That is dope. Like, hi, you wrote. How old were you when you wrote your first shitty wuxia novel?
14.
You know what I was doing when I was 14?
People, I don't know.
Yes. I was doing meth and people.
Okay.
You were writing.
I'm gonna go get some water.
You were creating
I'll be right back.
Yay! I just don't get how to spell the character. I never did Tom. I never did Tom. Oh my god. And in public discourse, I don't give Tom his real name.
Well, you didn't give Tom you didn't do Tom anyway.
Yeah, but like...
So many Tom.
There are a lot of Toms. I had like 5 Toms in my life at the time. And I have not had sex with any of them. Not even the gay ones. Not even the chaser. You could say I'm Tomless. I'm gonna just guess a name. There you go. And then I have to come in here and give the ownership.
Yeah, you might need to reassign my tokens ownership because for some reason my connection disconnected for a moment.
And now you're Crory Promo. Crory Primo instead of Primo. Cool.
Yes.
MapTool has its own headaches, but the price is right and it doesn't collect your data and sell it to people. So, you know.
Which is surprisingly rare these days.
Yeah. Oh no, we have to occasionally do silly things to make... You want to just put the candle on the table over there where it's not surrounded by flammables? Maybe shimmy the table over so it doesn't fall in the laundry. We're supposed to be doing prologues. If anyone's actually showing up, they're going to be hearing Donald Trump prologues and Barb micromanaging her girlfriend, placing a big scented candle to not burn down the apartment.
Can I burn down the apartment? I'm back.
Please don't burn down the apartment. Not you, Seika, who's asking explicitly if she can burn down the apartment. So what you can do is you can tell me if I spelled Shun right, and then you can impersonate your token so that any dice rolls you show up as your token. Hey, I'm only one letter off. There we go. I made it a little elf. It's a temporary placeholder.
Okay.
You right-click it and
Damn, she's been whitewashed.
say, listen, the only token I have that is not white, I already gave to the white boy.
Ah, perfect.
The great default tokens. We will eventually replace them with Seika art, and they will be much better. So, I suppose we should actually begin the prologues. The intention is to establish a status quo for the characters before we start breaking and close everything by giving you the actual adventure hook. To wit, we'll begin slightly dramatique. Diamond Shore. Isolated. At first glance, Diamond Shore looks like paradise. The weather is warm, but not too dry, not too humid. The sweet scent of the inner sea blows from the north. You have perfect temperature, perfect humidity. And if you read it on paper, you're only like a few dozen miles from the largest and most heavily cultured city on the planet. The great city of Absalom, home of the Starstone, where mortals can ascend to godhood. And Diamond Shore is named for its diamonds, for its iron, for its coal, for its silver, for all the mineral riches, the only mineral riches on the Isle of Kortos. So you would think a town swimming in silver, in diamonds, in minerals, with perfect climate, near a great center, a great bastion of culture and liberty, would be paradise. But the distance to Absalom is full of heavy rocky hills, crowded with minotaurs who despise civilization and despise humans and despise their petty conflicts. No, Diamond Shore is nestled and clings to the northern shore of Kortos, accessible really only by sea to the small docks where supplies arrive, where new miners come in search of work and comfort, only to find that passage out is prohibitively expensive, wages are often less than the debts that they're incurred at the company store, and that Diamond Shore, far from being paradise, is a prison where most people slave their days away in the dark earth, drowning in occasional flash floods, and drink away their lives at one of the cheap taverns on the town square. And for one reason or another, either willingly or unwillingly, it has become your home. Do you want to introduce yourselves properly to our viewers in that context?
Sure.
Wow.
I am Crowry, one of the orcs from the Badlands, who grew up picking up the chunk of whatever was left behind, and when hearing of the riches of this place, made his way here post-haste, and while he came looking for gold and diamonds, he might have found them, but they were not his. So he's a little bit out of money and out of options, carrying himself from day to day, thinking about where it all went wrong.
Is Clory working in the mines or scavenging homeless?
He has been working in the mines, but he's probably gotten kicked out in the last 2 weeks because they might have found that he'd been taking some of the supplies to improve his salary, so to speak.
So we have the recently unemployed for reasons of company theft, Orc Crory. And we have Shiun.
Awesome. Shion is Shion, yes. Man, I wish I woke up to my alarm.
Shiun is Shiun. Is Shiun employed
Yeah.
or is Shiun unemployed presently?
Alright, so Shion is a relatively short woman. Woman quotation marks. She's like what would I say? She's like barely like 16, 17. She's still pretty much a child.
She's
Please don't do anything rude to her.
she's prime age to be involved in current U.S. political discourse.
Yeah, she spent her childhood sold away into slavery as the seller said, a very quiet halfling, and she is very much not a halfling. And about a few days ago, whoever was using her as a slave realized that she was not a halfling when she kept growing. And now she finds herself very confused, trying to be her own person.
Wonderful. So I know I've shown you the list of mine managers. Do you have a preference there on who you want to be your personal villain, so to speak?
If I had one, I don't remember.
So the most ambitious of all of these mine managers are the sort who would keep slaves. The most ambitious one is Balabar Smenk. But if you don't want the big, obviously important guy, we also have Chaum Gansworth, Ellie Moonmeadow, Tilgast, Lorraine Pelgin, and Raglan Dowerstone. I would say maybe not Ellie Moonmeadow, because as an elf, she probably would have noticed that you were not a halfling. Or maybe you could have been Ellie Moonmeadow and her her people that she worked for. Like, I'm not going to say no, but yeah.
I could just be the big guy.
The big guy, so you're Balabar Smenk.
Yeah, it went by. It went by like she got away with being thought as a halfling for so long because like there's just so many and nobody just bothered to check, you know.
So many halflings in Balabar Smenk's employ, which is important to note. And Kortos, slavery is illegal. But that tells you how much power he has in Diamond Shore. So the question is, what does a regular day in your lives look like? And do you know each other? Let's start with the second one. Do you two know each other?
Probably not. Shion hasn't had the opportunity to really meet people until right now.
Alrighty.
Yeah, and Crowley isn't the one to keep many names in his mind, so he's mostly currently fed up with being unemployed, so his day looks like aimlessly wandering around, picking fights with whomever looks funny at him, and Probably as many times as he's kicking in the shin of some other guy, he's getting his shins kicked in, and
And that's the sort of behavior that gets you thrown into the city jail. So let's say that it's mid-afternoon as you stumble your way out, Creori, of the city jail once again. After spending a night and a morning in there, after getting in another little fight. And Cubbins' man is just like, keep your nose clean, ya filthy orc. Is they racist in this town? What would Clory be doing at this point?
he'd very politely ask if that guy wants to keep his teeth. And with very politely, I mean, wanna keep your teeth? Keep talking like that.
I would love to keep my teeth, so I think I will keep talking like that. You pathetic little nothing worm.
I think I'm going to punch him in the face.
Oh, yay! This is gonna go great. I love giving people opportunities to derail things before they begin. Yeah, go ahead and make a unarmed attack roll while I look up a town guard for Pathfinder.
Okay, while I look up what I had skilled and everything.
There we go. I've got one. Love the archives of Nexus. Ethos. Okay.
I'm trained. Trained was meaning what again in terms of proficiencies?
Level +2 plus your strength.
So what level 1, 2 plus strength is 4. Let's see if I remember how to type these things.
That's a D6,
Oh,
not a D4.
that's the
D20.
wrong.
Wrong
Played
guy.
the wrong games for way too long.
I need to have the +4 inside the die roll thing.
Right.
Ooh.
Well, that's looking marginally bad.
So you go ahead and you throw your swing, and the guard just casually slaps you aside and laughs. Get out of here.
Glory will pick himself up and go away muttering, "Stupid fucking asshole, not even worth my time," and trot off to whatever lies ahead of him.
Okay. Where would he be heading off to? Would he be heading off to try to get to a bar, to try to find a place to curl up, looking for odd work?
Looking for odd work because he's kinda out of things at the moment.
Okay. Then we're gonna leave Crory kind of going around looking for work, and we're gonna zoom over to Shiun. What is Shiun up to on, let's say, her first full day of freedom? She spent the night lying out on a rock in the cool summer sea breeze, and now the sun's coming up. The heat is getting to be a touch oppressive. Like,
Alright, she spent the night. She enjoyed the night. She relaxed. She had fun. She got lost. She didn't. She didn't know how to handle her freedom, and now she's standing here with the realization she needs money crashing down on her. And so now she's out looking for odd jobs.
How do we feel about sexual harassment of characters?
I mean, I don't like it, but I'm fine with that happening in the game.
Okay. Because I can see this in this sort of town being the sort of situation where a young girl wandering around may have the grosser elements be like, well, we have work for you. If you're comfortable with that.
I like to
that could-
think every time they say it and the way they say it, she doesn't assume like anything sexual. She assumes slavery again. It's like, hell no. I'm onto you. I'm onto you.
Okay.
She's
Then-
really smart, but she's missing some of the street smart.
And they're kind of following you through the town, being a little bit more aggressive, like, nah, come with us. We'll show you a good time and pay you.
I heard work's supposed to suck. You can't trick me.
And we'll go ahead and pass things over to Crory, who sees a young, elfish, humanish, it's so hard for you to tell, woman being followed by a couple of men, probably twice her age, who are not taking no for an answer. What does Crory...
Do they look like they have money on their person?
They look like they're drunk, so they had money at one point.
I'm gonna try and see if they have something left, because they've clearly been offering money for whatever kind of thing, so let's try to pickpocket our way out of poverty while they're distracted.
Oh, okay. Ooh. I am down for this. I want to say that this is a stealth, but I want to double check before I say that for sure, because it might be a craft.
There is a thievery skill.
Oh, there is a thievery skill. See, this is why you don't trust me. Go ahead and roll thievery.
I assume that goes with Dex.
Yes. I need to learn how perception DCs work. That's how it works. This is the best opening I could have possibly hoped for. So, Shiyun, as these guys are increasingly trying to abduct you into slavery, you assume, you see a larger, green-skinned, balding man kind of shimmy up behind them very conspicuously and start yoinking on one of their pouches as the guy turns and goes, "The hell you doing, you bum?" At you, Crory.
Can't you see? Taking your money! Wait, you're not supposed to see.
And this guy leans back to ball up a fist, and I think we are in initiative moment. I'll just go ahead and rearrange tokens in the town square. You're actually like off in one of these alleys back here, but space, etc. I'm gonna
Space?
Yeah. Listen, we're gonna create a couple heroes, and they're our assholes. Because
Yeah, that's how it always goes.
I only have my default tokens right now. So, is everyone fine with that being basically the layout of everyone?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. Then I guess we need to roll initiative.
Awesome. How the hell do we do initiative?
Initiative is That's a damn good question. How do we do initiative in Pathfinder? We're all learning together. Everyone rolls the skill that the GM considers appropriate.
That's cool.
So I think that the initiative call here would be... Oh, goodness. Let's say it's perception for Shiyun and these commoners, and... Actually, how about intimidation for Glory? Because you've already been caught.
Where's my intimidation skill? I know that I've picked it. Oh. Alright,
How do
I'm
you
trained.
roll?
Actually, I'm going to do will for these two because they have to resist the kind of intimidation of, oh shit, the orc saying you're not supposed to see.
Alright. I'm assuming charisma goes into intimidation.
Yes. And to roll, you do /roll.
That.
Okay. I think I'm going to have things go in players' favor in case of ties. So, yay! Which one is hero? I'm going to flip these two around because I think it's more appropriate if the person who's going first in combat is the one you're actively robbing. These are not heroes. These are kind of slightly overweight, maybe 34-year-old miners who have nothing but their fists. They're a little intoxicated. And 3 actions per round. Oof. What on earth are we going to be doing with these actions? I think the answer is just try and punch you and step away. Which, because he's drunk, is 12 versus your armor class.
Yay, I should have an armor class of 15.
Woohoo. So yeah, this guy swing. So this guy, he's like, you're not supposed to see, and he's just like, well, I did, and just goes to kick you, and you... How do you... Go ahead. How do you not get hit? I want to set some Creori vibes here.
He's trying to
I'll move everyone
kick
to a more
me.
sensible place.
Oh. I think the simplest thing is just grab the leg.
Grab the leg. Okay. I've made everyone smaller and moved you because this is actually, I think, the appropriate scale. Oh, hell no, this is not the appropriate scale at all. You're still eating up 15-foot squares. But still.
That's alright.
You're, so yeah, so you have, so he's gonna, stumble back a little. There we go. Let's go ahead and stumble back a little. 11 feet or so. Which will put him, right next to Shiyun, but that's a problem for him in the future. Priori. So, the way Pathfinder 1E works, you get 3 actions per round. Moving takes an action. Any other special things you do take whatever number of actions they specify. You can attack more than once if you have the actions, but each attack after the first It's a cumulative -5 penalty.
Okay, so this guy moved off of me.
Yep.
I'm going to go low, grab a little bit of the dirt, follow up on him, and try to throw it in his face.
Woohoo! Is this a special action you have?
That is the dirty trick.
Hey,
It should make
literally.
him clumsy.
Clumsy increases because he's already clumsy for being drunk.
Yeah. Question is, do I need to roll attack?
Does it say you need to roll attack?
Traits. An ability with this track involves an attack. For each attack you make beyond the first on your turn, you take a multiple attack penalty. No, wait.
So it's an attack.
Yeah.
And does it specify that you need to? So I think you do need to make an attack. Let me double check. We're all learning together.
Oh, attempt the thievery check against the reflex DC.
Oh, that's even better. Go ahead and give me that thievery check.
That was a +5, so maybe it's working.
Yeah, just don't roll a 1 again. Yeah, that'll
No!
do it. So let me go ahead and let's give you a little dot to show that you are more impaired than you would be just for being drunk, because you've got dirt in your eyes. And then the move and the dirty trick would be 2 of 3, so you have a third move.
Which is going to be a punch straight to the face.
Okay, don't forget your multi-attack penalty.
Which is a -2?
5.
Wait, -5. Okay, yeah, then let's go with the -5. So, trained plus strength, -5. Should be a -1. Nope.
So and so you swing, and as you swing, and he's like trying to claw dirt out of his eyes, you just go over his head. Whole brawl going, as other dudes like, "Hey, my buddy," and he's gonna actually try to grapple you. I think.
Oh no.
I don't know how grappling works in 2E. I'm gonna do it to learn. Oh, that is already okay. So that is a +5. And this is against the Fortitude DC, which is 10 plus your Fortitude, I do believe.
Yeah, and the Fortitude is Constitution plus Proficiency if I have a
Yes.
I'm trained in Fortitude, so 3 plus 1 is a DC of 14.
So that's a 21. That is a critical success. You are restrained until his next turn.
I'm in danger.
So, is there a pin? Is there a pin attack? There is. Oh, it's a thing that he can't have access to. So yeah, so he's just gonna grapple you, and he's gonna hold you and go, shit. And he's gonna look over to Shion and be like, get the guards! Shion.
So these people harassed me. Then I don't even know if I saw him actually attempt the pickpocket.
I mean, you very blatantly did, but also.
Oh. Well, they were harassing me, so I'm not gonna get the guards. In fact, I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna try and pull him off of Corey.
Okay, go ahead and let's say so. It's going to be another type of grapple, I'm pretty sure. So it would be athletics versus fort.
Fort.
So roll athletics. I'm loving this already. This is so smooth and natural. To do a combat that isn't just murder each other. Are you trained in athletics?
No. 12.
Oh, that is not enough. So you're yoinking on this guy, and as you try to pull him off, you can't. You cannot actually get him pulled off.
Well, I tried.
You have another action. You moved up. You did one action. You have one more action.
I'm gonna punch him. Pulling didn't work, so I'm gonna like hit him.
Okay, so this will be an unarmed attack with the -5 multi-attack penalty. Nope. But this is more of a case of you hit him, but you're not actually doing damage.
Yeah, I'm like
pulling, smacking,
hammer, like punching him.
You're like pulling him, smacking him, saying, "Hey, get off!" Yeah. As this guy is gonna stumble back further, spend an action to actually clear the dirt out of his eyes, and look up and go, "Oh, they're in cahoots. This bitch was luring us off so he could rob us." And dig around to pull out a little knife from his belt.
Oh.
Crory, you are restrained. Restrained as a condition means you can barely move, or you have the off guard and immobilized conditions, cannot use any attack or manipulate actions except to attempt to escape. So, yeah. Unless you break out of the hold, you are not.
Yeah, let's try to do exactly that, breaking out of the hold. Which, athletics, at least I'm trained in athletics.
Okay.
Strength, dex, which is it?
Strength.
Strength, okay.
If you want to try to escape, so you have two options. You can try to force open your way out, which is athletics escape, or you can try athletics with strength against fort, or you can try to do an athletics dexterity or a thievery to escape versus dexterity.
Huh.
And these are rather tough dudes.
I think I'm going with the thievery then, because I've got a little bit more skill on there. To weasel my way out. And hopefully do that.
Oh yeah, so you slide your way out of the bonds, and I do not believe that's an attack. Oh, it is an attack.
Ah, damn it.
Escaping counts as an attack. I like that, actually.
Thing is, I imagine my character is currently unarmed because he just came out of the prison.
Oh, they gave you your stuff on your way out, yeah.
Yeah, I assumed that he didn't have his weapons on him, because if you shoot people, you're probably not getting let off after a day or something.
Yeah, well, that just means you didn't shoot the person.
Alright.
Yeah, you've got all your equipment right now.
Yeah, okay then.
But you are also in this little meadow between these houses, not very far from the town square.
Then I will try to intimidate this other guy by drawing my rapier, which is a little bit longer than his knife, and strike the stones, so to speak.
Ooh, so what's this do? Intimidate.
Oh, good question. Uh,
We're learning together. Are you demoralizing?
yes, demoralizing sounds like the thing that you do if you want them to just leave you.
All right. Go ahead and roll your intimidate.
20 plus trained 17.
So the guy's eyes go wide, and he goes, "Shit. Let's do that." Yeah, he's scared. As the guy who held you is gonna go, "What the hell?" And then he's gonna actually attempt to shove Shiyun over, like, "Get off of me." Inappropriate language. Insert here. So, Shiyun, what is your fortitude?
I have 0 idea.
Are you trained in it?
No.
You should be trained in 2, expert in 1 for your saves. Let's see what I have for notes on your character.
It doesn't have like what I remembered how I was for some of them, but I don't remember all of them. I just remember perception, crafting, thievery, and medicine were
So, though this
higher
is
than just
important, and
trained.
this is important, and you're gonna want to make note of it.
I know. Just
It's okay. We're
this whole
learning
session
together.
caught me off guard.
Ooh. Expert fortitude, expert will, trained will, or expert trained reflex, and then thaumaturge is expert trained expert. Yeah, so you're expert fortitude, trained reflex, expert will, which means 4, 5 plus your constitution is whatever is your fortitude.
Oh, wait, plus 1?
So constitution plus your level plus 4.
5.
5. So 12 is definitely not 15. So yeah, so this guy's like, "You little tricksy bitch," and just like shoves you and kind of gets this look of, "Oh, wait, the fair little child didn't just topple over?"
I'm just as surprised as he is, honestly.
And he's gonna look to his buddy and go, "We might want to scram," as he takes his step back, which provokes reactions from both of you if you desire.
I'm good.
If either of you wants to use a reaction.
I'm just going to tell them to piss off.
Okay. Chiyun?
Seeing that this guy is running away, I'm gonna turn to the one who just drew a weapon, and Shiyun's gonna pull out her weapon, which she like pulls out this monstrosity of like metal and wood, and like it's very obviously like fucking cobbled together mining tools into the shape of like half a sword, and she points it at the guy, hoping that like he keeps his distance.
Go ahead and this is also a intimidate. This is also demoralizing. Yeah. We'll take the lesson from freaking Apocalypse World. If you do the thing, you do the thing.
Yeah. Uh, what do I roll?
Are you trained in Intimidate?
No, I'm not intimidated at all.
Then it would just be a d20 plus your charisma. It's still math, it's still Pathfinder, but it is less math.
6. My weapon is not that intimidating.
You're not scary at all. In fact, that might actually make things worse. Let me double check what happens when you crit fail, because you failed by enough. I think that counts as a crit fail. Nothing. Okay, so yeah.
Whew.
So now this guy has to decide: does he think his little pocket knife is going to go against an orc with a short sword looking thing and a little child with a whatever the fuck that is? And he's just going to like put his hands up and say, "See you again, thief. You're in trouble," and just fucking bolt all 3 actions to run.
Crying is free action.
Grind's a free action. Corey, I assume you're gonna let the other dude go.
Yeah.
This action will have consequences at some point.
Yay!
Yay! And now we have you two knowing each other.
Whoa. Thank you, drunks. Character moment.
Yay! Let me create a tab. Session prologue, because I need to actually make note of this. So, we leave and say, what are you down for? How do you stand? What do you do?
I'm usually on my feet.
Oh, that is a recommended way. If you're able to. That is generally regarded. Well, what I'm going to do actually first. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There you go.
I've become the boss.
Kaiju mode engaged.
I mean, you're still like house sized at this size, but now you can zoom out a little and move your tokens around. And I think theoretically I could actually make you into 5-foot squares if I need to do a proper tactical combat at some point.
Damn, I've been turned into a square.
So.
Maybe we should bolt off and find some place to lay low, because I don't fucking want to see the guards again.
Again?
Just came from the brig.
From a bridge?
The brig, the place where they put you in. It's made from bricks. I think that's why they call it the brig.
Here.
Oh, I thought they like put you in a cellar that had like a bunch of broken wood and stuff.
Yeah. So you are currently out in the area behind. What is number 3? Behind the Feral Dog Tavern. And a couple of people's houses. It's maybe 2 in the afternoon, which means in this time of year, like 88, 89 Fahrenheit. Nice breeze in from the sea. Good siesta weather.
Oh, so we should take a nap.
But probably not there.
Oh.
Definitely not here.
So what do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Let's see, where are some good places where people don't generally come by and don't generally come looking for people? Probably those piles of rubble next to 28.
The piles of rubble next to 28. So that is... You know what? The slag... You are very correct. The slag from the old abandoned smelting house is a place that people don't normally go to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the ruins
Okay.
and see if people forget about us and find more important things to do.
Ooh. Should be able to drag yourselves over.
Wait.
I'll bring you over too. There you go. You have a nice, relatively safe place.
Okay.
You're sitting in front of, basically, those piles are where they threw melted rock and such that was not related to the actual stuff they were smelting at the smeltery. So it's all burnt and gross and dusty, dripping into the lovely inner sea right here.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's an old pile of industrial waste, basically. But, you know, Criori is right. Criori is very much not white, but Criori is right. This is a place that is safe from people coming here, because that's kind of gross. And you two don't really know each other. You've just met. You've just had these two jerks get into a little fight with you. So, what do you do as you are here?
That's gross, I say, looking at it falling into the water.
Better here than somewhere where people usually go. What's the worst that can happen? That the shore becomes a little bit bigger by the next millennium?
A little dead fish bobs by in the water.
Oh no, they're gonna kill all the fish. Now
The sea-
vowed I will protect all the fish I come across.
There's plenty more fish in the inner sea, I think. I haven't been there. Have you been there?
You've grown up on the inner sea. The inner sea is basically the Mediterranean.
Yeah, I've been here.
The city you're on is on the inner sea.
Yeah, I just look out like, what?
The Isle of Kornos is basically like Fantasy Cyprus.
Yeah,
I'll
but
have there right now.
have you been on the sea, not at the shore of the sea?
Do I
Down the
look like
water.
do I look like I come from here? Of course I have. Oh no, it was not in good. It wasn't in the best like position. I did most of the rowing. We didn't even need to row. They just made me.
Ah. So, have you seen the fish out there, or have you not seen the fish out there?
That wasn't. I didn't swim here. That's what you're asking.
Yeah, you don't look like a swimmer swimming across oceans.
I'm just. I'm just staring at him. That was good job. I'm gonna go pick through the rubble.
Okay.
I'm speechless. I don't. He talked himself into himself, and I'm just gonna go look through the rubble because I don't know what this spot is.
This spot is by some slag waste, so you can find a bunch of rock. You can find chunks of iron or silver that were kind of too bound up with other materials to properly purify, so they kind of got discarded. But it's basically all worthless. It's slag. These are slag heaps.
Fuck.
There's also like bits and pieces of trash because people who are too lazy to go take trash where it needs to go will like throw it here and then ignore it. Probably the people who live in the nearby houses.
Rory will look at Shion picking through the rubble and go, actually, that's a good idea, and start picking up random pieces of junk and build his daily chunk bombs.
Lovely. So, is there anything in particular that Shion is looking for? Kurori, you're refilling your junk bombs.
Any kind of metals or irons that they may have overlooked their like actual viability.
Okay. So, what sort of lures do you have?
God, I keep going to the wrong tabs. I have underworld lore. That's really it.
So, that you know about crimes and criminality, but you don't really know. So, I mean, there is sort of a general tab here. So, recalling knowledge, I think it is. So, yeah, would you go ahead and make a craft check to recall knowledge? I'm gonna go ahead and let this be. Actually, it's an earn income check basically, but we're gonna flavor it that way. As you spend the rest of the afternoon, the next couple hours, digging through slag, hunting for anything of value.
Hey, I'm starting from below bottom, so this anything moves me up.
Yeah, so it would be rolling craft, whatever your craft is. Are you trained in craft?
Yeah, I'm trained in it, but it doesn't say what I would use to roll for it.
So this would be craft intelligence or wisdom because you're discerning. So go ahead. It would be d20 plus your level plus 2 plus your wisdom. Plus d20 plus your trained modifier plus wisdom.
Eight.
So you spend your time digging through, and you do find some things, some shards worth something that you think you could sell for a couple of copper. You'd have to go find someone who will buy it off of you if you actually want copper, though.
Damn.
But yeah, you've got a handful of flakes of valuable metal.
Oh.
Do you to attempt to make any conversation as you're sitting there in a pile of slag? So you haven't introduced each other. You haven't anything.
Oh, what's your name, by the way?
What's your name? I say, stumbling over some.
Well, my name is Rory. Nice to have met you earlier.
I'm Shion, and I like. That's when I find the like some like scraps of metal that I can sell. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm moving up in this world.
Covered like slag tends to leave you looking black as you dig through it. So like you are.
It's not any
covered.
different from the mine.
It's very much, yeah, it's exactly like the mine. Only you
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know
used
where
to
your
this.
you don't know where your next meal's coming from, and you are
Sure.
getting hungry.
I was already hungry to begin with. Let's go.
Maybe we can wait a little bit and another fish will pop up. I'm
I
sure they
look
are
at the
safe to eat.
I look at the dead fish and I go, I don't think anything living should eat anything from here. I don't want to become like the fish.
Okay, so if the 3 dead fish are out of the question, do you have any place where you can still put things on your tab?
On my
Most
what?
places kind of expect money from you when I go in there.
On my what?
Your tab, when you get something to drink or something to eat and you tell them you pay them later, and then you never pay them, and then they get angry, and then you go to the next person.
I have in my whole life I've only ever had 5 coppers, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Sounds like you should have had plenty of occasions to get things on your tab.
So, in places to eat, you can try to get food at the general store. There's a popular restaurant called the Rusty Buckets. There's a less popular restaurant called the Hungry Gar. There is a relatively cheap tavern that you were just in a fight outside of called the Feral Dog. And then you can try to see if you can get food at Jalik's Flophouse, which is also where you can stay the night for only a handful of coppers.
Yeah, if anything, the Flophouse is a place where we could find something to eat. Do you have no money at all, or do you have some money?
Oh wait, there's that money I stole when they kicked me out. I pull out like like a handful of silver. I'm like, I don't know how much this is worth though.
That's enough to get a good meal. The Flophouse is like 1 silver would get you both a night's stay at the Flophouse, and it's coppers for a meal around here. So
I think I've tried to pick the wrong pocket.
Well, I don't keep it in a pocket, and I like put it in my shoe.
Rory will remember that.
So yeah, you could go to the Feral Dog. You could get a food and drink at the Feral Dog.
Oh, if only I knew what that was.
Information for Crory. Crory's like, oh, you can get dinner and drinks.
Yeah, we can get dinner and something to drink at the Feral Dog, and maybe somewhere else something more. Let's see how long this lasts us. And I kind of forgot what the starting wealth was. I remember what I've spent, but not what I have left, because
15
I'm dumb.
15 gold is the starting wealth.
Which would be 150 silver, right?
Mm-hmm. Like, you may not be absolutely, like, completely impoverished. But
I just
Yeah,
realized. I just wanted
turns
to have
out I've
money.
got a few silver coins to my name left as well.
yeah,
We got in a fight over what probably would have been the equivalent of 2 cents.
let's say a silver coin's about the equivalent of, like, okay, a copper coin is something like $10. So a silver's like $100.
Damn.
Damn.
So you've got a few $100s in US money. So it's gonna, you don't have enough to make it through the month, but you can make it a couple days.
Enough time to maybe find a stable employment or at least something to do.
Yep. And
There's gotta...
importantly, you don't have enough to buy passage out of town, because passage out of town will cost, on the order of 100 to 200 gold pieces per person. So are we headed into the dog?
Yes, let's go.
Woohoo!
Oh, okay.
There's a map for this place. I don't have it uploaded yet. So I will just give you a brief description. Scroll, 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 scroll. Come on. I have the scan of the magazine. I wish I still had the magazine. That would be so easy to just flip to the page with a bookmark. So, the feral dog, you walk in on the ground floor. You've got a little area where people can sit and eat. There's actually a hole in the floor on kind of the far left side of the room. It has a little fence around it and a bunch of chairs dug around that leads down, and there's some stairs that lead down. You would know, Crory, that that's because on the bottom floor, they have dog fights. And so you can sit up here and watch the dog fight, or you can go downstairs and sit and watch the dog fight. And there's a bar along the top. I'm not going to load this in now because I'm still adjusting the image, but I can go ahead and send the map to everyone in the chat. Viewers at home will just have to live with waiting until later to see this.
It's a sizable tavern.
Yep. This is location 3. The front is leading out into the square. Oh, this is the place you were just behind in your fight. So...
Wait, so we ran away from this place to lay low and then we came back?
yeah, it's not a big town.
They
I
have
say that out
food.
loud.
We need food. Just keep your head down and try not to be recognized.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a professional at that.
If they were in their day drinking, they're probably night shift and they're probably on their way to work. Or they're like graveyard shift and they're at home sleeping.
Yeah, so let's get something to eat and drink and maybe leave the place sooner rather than later. Just in case.
So let me throw up a menu here. It's gonna be there. Poor quality. So they've got today only a couple of options here. They've only got 2 starters, 1 main, and 1 main available. So you can get stuffed bread or fried vegetables, and then the only main that they've got available right now is simmered pheasant, which you can smell. They've just got a big pot in the back and they're chucking pheasant in there to stew it. And a starter is a copper, a main is 5 copper. So, if all you want is bread, you can get that for a copper piece. But if you want some boiled pheasant, that's 5 copper. And it's 3 copper for and it's 5 copper for a drink. And they've got ale, they've got mead, they've got rum, they got whiskey. And they don't ID.
Hell yeah.
Let's go for a drink of rum, the stuffed bread, and the pheasant.
Woo, that's going to be a silver and a copper.
I recognize the bread and I recognize the ale, and I know I can eat and drink them, so that's what I'm going for.
That's going to be 6 copper.
Hell yeah.
So you're eating some slightly stale bread that's been stuffed with herbs and like mushrooms. The pheasant has been boiled with a bunch of veggies, so it's like a bowl of chunks of meat and veggie with a little bit of broth. And of course, it's whiskey, it's ale. It's not the best stuff, it's the cheap stuff. But the cheap stuff does what the cheap stuff does. And it's a bit of a rowdy place going on. Since it's evening, they're getting the dogfight going. Are you going to want to sit on a table, sit at the bar, or sit around and watch the dogfight? Or go downstairs, pay the silver entry fee to sit and watch the dogfight up close?
I sit on the floor. Like next to the bar. That's where I sit. That's where I eat.
Okay.
Like my back up against it.
People kind of give you a side eye, but they just assume you've been drinking already.
Probably takes a glance at the bar to see if, or at the tavern to see if there's any people who would cause a fuss, namely the people he threw hands with today.
No one there is presently present. The people at the bar, you have the bartender. It's a sort of gang that's usually at the bar this hour. They've got this big half-orc guy. He thinks he's better than you because he's only half-orc.
You.
This is a racist town. You can see a wizard. He's a bit of an arrogant jerk. You think his name's like Karen or Kellic or Carl or something. It starts with a K. And you know he's part of an adventurer group that goes up into the mountains and digs out through old ruins and comes back and spends way too much money. And then there's someone you aren't used to seeing here, but you recognize, who is sitting at the edge of the bar without any drinks, looking over at everyone, looking around, kind of like he's weighing everyone up. It's a taller man wearing exceptionally fine red robes with a sort of long, pointed white beard. And you will recognize him as the Governor Mayor's brother, Alliston. Self-proclaimed smartest man in Diamond Shore.
Huh.
Yeah, he's not very far from the two of you.
I'm going to approach Alliston because that seems a little bit of below his pay cut to be here. Go to him, hey, smartest man, what's up?
He's going to look at you, look up, look back at you, smile with the look on his face that says he thinks he is being the cleverest person you have ever met, as he says, the ceiling presently. Cassie sighed so heavy there.
So, you're here to admire the ceiling. Explains why I don't have any drinks with you, but something tells me you're not here just to admire the ceiling of this tavern. There's probably better ceilings in this town.
Yes, there are many better ceilings in this town. I am looking for the right sort. I didn't hear the Cassie. I didn't need to hear the question to know what the question was. He looks at you and looks up and down and says, "Doesn't the sheriff regularly arrest you for public displays of violence?"
It's not my choice to make the displays public. They just happen to me.
Ah. And he leans over, looking over at Shiun on the floor, and says, "And you? Do you know this ruffian?"
Yes, but I only met him like I look out a window at some point today.
Interesting. Interesting. I don't know who she is, but I do know who you are. Where are you two staying presently?
We spent the day by a pile of garbage.
Crory lets out a sigh, pinching his nose.
So
That's not what I would have said, but...
Well, that means you're comfortable with garbage. And you don't have a place to call home.
Nope.
How do you
That's
feel?
one way to put it.
How do you feel about danger?
I've got a guy pull a knife on me today already, so...
And I pulled a knife on a guy. Same situation, but different person.
I see. So there's a homestead just outside of town that's recently reverted back to government ownership. It's been abandoned for about a decade. It's a real ruined, horrible place. In serious need of repairs. And I am interested in making safe for scholastic consideration an old tomb outside of town.
Grave robbery wasn't on my list today, but...
Oh, no.
So
you don't need to rob. You just need to go in, make certain that it's cleaned out and safe for me to investigate. It's related to my scholastic interests. And, of course, if there's any treasure that is not nailed down that should happen to be disappearing, well, I suppose that's just lost to time. But if you can do that for me, I can secure you the deed to a fix-me-upper. And then you don't have to hang out by a pile of garbage. You can hang out by a pile of your garbage on your land.
I can own things now. I like that idea.
Yeah, that does sound almost too good to be true.
I did mention...
You've mentioned danger, yes.
Yes, the children used to like to go into the tomb as a task of courage, and the last child who went in did not come out.
That's unfortunate.
So...
Stupid kids.
We don't know. We don't know what danger it is. It may just be a couple of wolves. It may be ancient traps. It is a very ancient tomb. My initial investigation suggests it predates Earthfall. Earthfall is an event about 10,000 years ago where a comet hit the planet. So,
Yeah,
very old.
Sure. Good times.
No, they weren't. Earthfall, by all accounts, was horrible. Oh,
You have a
it's
weird
a
sense
joke.
of good.
It's a joke. I understand. Yes.
Of course you do.
You go make the place look. You go make the place safe for me to study, and in the meantime, while you're working on that, you can stay at the homestead all you like. And if I'm satisfied in its safety, that I can go through and do my scholarship, then I talk to my brother, and the homestead becomes yours. You don't even need to pay. You won't even need to pay for the land, just the filing fees.
We'll get back on those filing fees later, right?
Of course. Nothing up front.
Well, I don't see a downside to this.
I did mention
Not
that
really, no.
I did mention that the house on the homestead is a ruin. It's been abandoned for 10 years.
Yeah, and I was just I slept in a mine most of my life. I don't see a downside to this.
The weather's pretty mild this time, so I guess it's not the worst thing if we have to plug a few holes before it's sealed in any way, but
Excellent. Well, in that case, finish your dinner. I will get out of this lovely establishment, get a proper dinner, and then, when you're done, why don't you come meet me? Oh, let's say, oh goodness gracious, it's nowhere very near to the exit along the company road. He's thinking and thinking as I look up what location 31 is. You know what? Why don't you meet me near the entrance to Dowerstone Mine? It's out in
can
the.
we
It's out in the
can we
middle of the
choose
road.
another? Can we choose another place?
Well, I suppose could probably meet somewhere. Where is relatively nearby? I don't want to have to go back and forth across the town. That is the way out, but I suppose. Where is that location? Oh, goodness gracious, it's all the way over there. What is that location? Oh. You know what? How about we meet at the Graysmere Covenant, the embassy from the dwarf home. Can meet on that road out in front if I can't convince them, but I think I can convince them to let us use their front hall to at least meet, and then I'll lead you out the way. But it will be past Drowstone Mine. It's off towards the cairns.
Yeah, that sounds good, as long as I don't need to get too close to the mines.
Oh, you don't even need
They
to
don't
get
really
too,
want to see me there, you
you
know.
don't need to get too close to the mine. You can just wait at the company road by the mine.
Yeah, that sounds splendid.
Wonderful. Yes, I'll meet you on the company road. Shortly before, let's say a bell before sunset. I want to get us time to get out there and back in before things get dark. I didn't prepare any fireballs today.
Okay.
With that, he will get up and he will hurry out of there.
Like suspiciously hurry or just hurry?
Like, oh my god, oh thank god I don't have to be in this gross area anymore.
This guy should hang out at the rubble sometime. I think this is a palace afterwards.
The rubble is starting to become its own character.
Just the slag.
Yeah,
The
I love
rubble will
slang.
the rubble will go to the Starstone and send to Godhood sometime. I can see it.
The brand new god of the downtrodden slag pile. So this is the timetable he gave you is basically just enough time to eat dinner and then head on out there. But is there anything you want to try to squeeze in before you go?
I don't think I have anything to squeeze in.
Mm. Not much home to close up without a home, so
You want to say goodbye to the slag pile in case we don't see it again?
I don't think I'm that attached to it yet.
Yes. Okay. I will think about it.
Let me see if I can remember. I did not prepare this either, and I probably should have. Let me see if I can remember which version this was, because this is actually a map that exists that I should probably get for you. Da, 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 da. It has supplements in Dragon Magazine, which is the first one, because this is where this map is, and it doesn't exist anywhere else. I did not expect that we'd actually have time to look at it, so...
Speedrun this!
I was looking at the right one. It is 3333. Dragon Magazine went on for so long. So we need to go to page that. I'll go ahead and put this into your chat, and then I'll add it into the map tool at a later date. Okay, where am I? Come on. Tap, tap, tap. There we are. Let me make this a little bit bigger so that I can send it to you in a little bit nicer format, because I am going to have to actually use what I'm sending you in here. Because I only have the scans to Dragon Magazine. I don't actually have this. Okay. I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to save it to my local. And I'm going to just make it visible on the stream. I'm not going to... You know what? No, I will. No, I'm going to... Because I'm going to want to have it live somewhere else on my hard drive. I'm going to
Oh.
Image.
If we can fix this up, this would be a pretty decent home. It's big.
That is big. Damn.
Yeah. I thought you'd like
And
it.
we got the skills.
Oh yeah, I have a whole thing about what's involved in fixing it up. But yeah. You meet Allison, he leads you. It's about a 15-20 minute walk outside of town. It's surrounded by a low, crumbling stone wall because this is outside of the safety of town. The second story roof has completely collapsed. The grounds inside are grown over with weeds and bushes. Rubble surrounds it. The porch is rotting through, but it is, at least in the living room, safe from the rain that falls, starting about this time. So, as he shows you and says, feel free to stay, fix up if you desire, and when you move... Oh, let's say I'm busy tomorrow with meetings. Let's say God's Day. I will show you the way up towards the cairn, and then leave you to your business. And when you feel it's safe enough to fetch me, come fetch me. With that, I'm going to get back into town so I don't get bothered by wolves or anything. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. I wave.
Yep. He waves, looks at the setting sun, goes, oh, and then utters some magic words and vanishes.
This guy's kind of weird.
Yes.
Frickin' wizards.
But he's got money. And he gave us
Yeah.
a lovely house.
As you say, lovely
something.
house, a chunk of the roof just falls off, crashing to the ground.
You don't have to see it for what it is. You have to see for what it could be.
Oh, I see. I have to take a step back and admire it as a whole. I do that. I take a step back and like look at the whole building, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
At least it's not killing the environment around us. And then I look at like like one of the beams of wood that's collapsed on top of like a bird. I'm like, never mind.
Oh, no, I mean, yeah, the walls probably need shoring up, the roof needs replacing, someone's going to have to clear out the yard. But there's definitely room in the yard for training or for gardening or whatever you want to do.
Both at the same time. Training sentient plants.
Okay, let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. I should actually not be looking at that, and I should be looking at this place, because this is going to have the information. So, obviously it's just a picture. What would you like to do for the evening?
I don't know.
You
Should
have this
probably
building.
set up camp and questions if we want to clear out some of the rubble and spend the night in there, or if we are better served by spending the night outside.
You can go ahead and make a craft check with intelligence.
All right. Where's my craft? I'm trained in crafting. All right.
Let me shimmy this so that the people can see your die roll. Okay. So, as you're looking at this building, you can tell, yeah, the roof could collapse at just about any time, but actually it looks like the most of the building is pretty solid. The part of the porch that hasn't rotted away is still pretty solid and intact. So you feel like you should be safe to go inside the building as long as you stay off the second floor.
Yeah. Looking at it, ground floor's fine. I think we should go in and clean up a little bit and see where we want to sleep tonight. Just don't go upstairs.
There's
Why? What's
little,
upstairs?
Do you have a response to Shiyun's question?
The roof could fall on your head.
Well, then wouldn't that just fall to the first floor too?
Not if we stay where the floor is in between us and the roof that could fall down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to cleaning, I guess.
I mean, the room
And
is
maybe we
most...
can find something more valuable than the slag pile has to offer in the chunk.
So, the ground floor, the living room is pretty clean. There's a swollen and stuck door to the north end of the living room that you'll have to push through if you want to get past there. There's a similarly swollen door off to the side in the study, but that door is off its hinges, and so it's not blocking your way. And that extension on the side of the living room towards the fireplace, the roof there has collapsed and formed little chunks of rubble all around, but it should only take a few minutes of work to clear out the fireplace so that lighting a fire there doesn't catch the place. And there's plenty of wood from the tiling and the porch to start a fire if you feel the need.
Hell yeah.
And also, you don't really need to because, this time of year, yeah, it's a little rainy at night, but it's like 77 Fahrenheit, which is like somewhere in the low 20s Celsius.
That's plenty warm.
Yeah. So, you have bedrolls and such to set up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Then I think this sounds like a great place to end the prologue. It's only going to be an hour and a half after I trim out our laughing about the Bill Clinton Donald Trump blowjob.
No, it has to be left in.
It has to be left in the like 30 minutes of waiting for Seika.
I'm sorry. Okay, so last night I was like, okay, I gotta go to bed because tomorrow is Sunday. And then I stayed up talking to somebody about fucking Wuxia, like what Wuxia is, and it was terrible. I got so distracted.
And then I got woken up by the freaking teenagers riding dirt bikes on the street. And so I started messaging you about the commission.
Like I had to explain Wuxia, then I had to explain cultivation, and then it just was all downhill from there.
So the good news is that we shouldn't have the same problem. Though we do have a question scheduling wise. Do you know when you're expected back from your therapy?
Looking at the calendar, it's supposed to be 3 weeks, starting at the Thursday, so...
So 27 so you should be back on the 11th or 12th of December?
Yes, that should be when I should come back, so on the 14th, I should be able to play.
Then we will tentatively launch Age of Worms properly at 9 a.m. on my birthday. Let's go.
Hooray!
Yay!
Wait, that's your birthday?
Yeah, that's my 39th
Huh.
birthday.
Cool. And also kind of funny because that's the VTuber anniversary from someone that I know.
Nice. Yeah. If we were doing this a year later, we could be starting on my 40th. But oh well. Just, I think when we started FF14, it also ended up being started on my birthday.
Damn, I wish I kept going with that. It sucks where my income went.
Yeah. Well, we're almost caught up on Dawn Trail, so we're in post-Endwalker
Damn.
now. So maybe you'll be able to return and just teleport your main over to help us with harder content in the future at some point.
Maybe, I don't know. Like, I want to play it again, but at the same time, I really felt like Endwalker was just a good like capstone to the game. So I don't know.
The Endwalker was a good capstone, which is actually why I'm telling people if they want to start joining our Saturday streams, this is the time because it's basically a new game. We're basically in a sequel now, with no relation to the first except the setting.
Huh.
Yeah. So next Saturday, join us. Find out how the very linear story has us resolve the problem of the Garlean provisional government blocking our right to teleport lots of aether to the moon to punch a hole into hell.
I'm still upset how they just kind of brushed over the Garleans and Endwalker.
They're not brushing over the Garleans in post Endwalker.
I didn't even my subscription ran out, and then I didn't even finish post Endwalker.
Yeah, the provisional Garlean government, which is not officially recognized, is just like, no, actually, the Tower of Babel's ours. You're occupying it illegally. We will riot if you try to activate it again. And we're like, shit. We need to activate it to send all this aether to the moon.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's how you get to the moon. The Tower of Babel lets you go to the moon.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
The Garleans were those with the Ultima weapon, right?
Yes. The Crown Prince of Garlemald betrayed his nation to side with the Asians and use their mind control magic to force people to upgrade the palace into a giant receiver transmitter antenna to broadcast energy to the moon so that he could break the prison containing the dark god Zodiarch so that could end the world, because he figured, hey, if I do that, then Gobo will notice me and fight me again.
Right.
That's the best motivation.
Is it good if I hop out now so I can go get some food before
Go.
D&D year starts?
Go get food.
All right.
I also need to go and get food.
I also need to go and get food.
Woohoo!
Bye.
Chat, go get food. Actually, is there enough people in chat to be considering raiding?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see if there's anyone to raid into. Then we can leave. Don't leave until we raid. Because let's see. Is there anyone actually worth raiding? Nezumirta. Let's raid Nezumirta. I misspelled the name. Because there's 2 I's in Nezumirta. Okay. Everyone get in here. We're going to raid, and then you can leave. Rah.
Rah.